You're now locked into the TSB podcast, the supporters' voice, built by the supporters for the supporters.
Hey.
There's only four of us. One of the boys, Lewis, he is out or going out. I don't know what for. Up to no good. And Jamie is currently coaching all day. So unfortunately, it is just the four of us. But four of us is better than zero. So we're going to keep the show going as much as we can to put out the content for you lot. So apart from us starting, how's everyone doing? Everyone doing well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, all good.
Lovely. So this is Uma's time, Nathan's time to shine. Hopefully they got their Wi-Fi sorted out nice and clean for the viewers at home. But yeah, so we've obviously got to start out with the Europa League and talk about the madness that happened at Spurs. Not at Spurs Stadium, but with Spurs. They got knocked out by Dynamo. 3 goals by, I forgot his name now. What was his name again? Orsic. Listen, he scored the hat-trick. He said, free my guys, man. Free my guys. That's locked up. He said fraud. He should free him. Apparently, they're calling Mourinho the fraud. So what's happened there then? Tell me. You guys that watched the game, what do you lot think happened against Spurs? Why did they lose in the way that they did?
I can't explain what happened with Spurs. You know, if you could put any manager to hold on to a 2-goal lead, it would be Mourinho, no? With his tactics and hanging on to games, with his history, you would have put money on Mourinho getting through that tie. But I cannot explain what happened with him.
Well,
there didn't turn up.
Lack of desire. Yeah, he said it quite clearly. The other guys just showed more heart, and it don't matter what talent you have. It's all about heart at the end of the day, and Spurs just didn't have it. They had chances to win it, big chances. Kane had a big one at the end, where he basically hit it in the middle and keeper done a great save. But at the end of the day, it's unlike Kane to miss that kind of target from that range. Still difficult, tricky finish. But yeah, missing Son. See, this is the thing with Spurs, in my opinion at least. If they have one key player missing, they're
finished.
Finished.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Missing Kane, can't play without Kane. You're missing Son, can't play without Son. It's a joke. Bro, when both of them are together, Spurs are flying. But if one of them's out, it's a mess from there. What do you lot think?
It always happens with them. One of them always gets injured and then they shit it completely. Spurs always...
It's always a long-term injury as well.
They always look good, and then all of a sudden, one of them gets injured and they're finished. You just count them out of everything.
I mean, this is the thing about Spurs. They were missing Son, but they still had someone in Lucas. They still had Birdwine. So they still had decent replacements for it. A lot of people are saying Mourinho, like, his time is up. He's got to get the sack. What do you lot say to that one?
Give him at least till next season.
People are forgetting this is his first full season with him.
Say that again?
People are forgetting this is his first full season with him, innit?
Yeah.
So you got to give him, with Mourinho, you got to give him 2-3 transfer windows to bring in the players he wants. Yeah, I know he spent almost 100 mil in one season, but you got to give him
3 transfer windows.
Yeah, but COVID don't count for transfers. You can't get the players you want at the moment for the prices that you want either. You got to give him time to. Yeah, he can still win a trophy. Yeah. If they win a trophy, they're going to love him again.
Best manager in the last decade. If he wins a trophy.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I still, like, on Adam's point, I still think it's very much Pochettino's squad. A lot of the first team players are his players that he spent 5 years with. And you've seen in the past where there's not a lot of change for about 5 years, a team becomes stagnated and then they start to drop off, which is probably what Spurs are doing. And because they haven't won anything, either of those players really, for the time they've been at Spurs, they might have that in their back of their head where they just maybe don't think they're good enough, and that's why they're kind of bottled it at quite a few stages throughout their Spurs career. And Mourinho's come in to win something and change mentality, which I think he did do, because they were winning the league and then they're in the cup final and they were bossing the Europa League until the other day. So I think you do need to give him at least one more season. When COVID's free, he can, because he does need a few new players, actual starters, and then he could start winning games and show you what it's made of.
What they're trying to do is still do the rebuild thing, but they just haven't done it well enough at the moment. They need to give it a little bit more time, maybe 2-3 years, if they're willing to suffer a little bit. And then that's when you might see a little bit more of a flourish when it comes to winning a trophy or two. And I think we have to consider the fact that I saw this on Twitter where someone was talking about Poch's time. He took out, by the looks of it, I'm trying to find it now, but so he shipped out 8 players. So what they're trying to say is, in comparison to Mourinho only sold, technically, Walker Peters before, the guy Vertonghen went to Benfica, and then a few other players. So basically what they're saying is, in their first season, Pochettino had the chance to ship all the dead wood and obviously bring in some of the players of his ideas and whatnot to suit his philosophy, whereas Mourinho didn't have the luxury. He had to work with what he had and then slowly bring in ex-players to come in and improve the squad. Do you feel like Mourinho had a slightly more difficult hand than what Poch did, or not?
Yeah, I think he does, because he's up against a lot better teams, I think, now than what Poch was against, because now Man City are established as the best. Liverpool are up there now. They've finally won their league title. Chelsea on the way up. Who else are up there? Third. United are a lot better team as well. So I think they've all had their kind of rebuild. They've all got fresh players in, and Mourinho's coming in with not a chance to get his rebuild in, like what you were saying. And I think he's going to be a different Mourinho to past Mourinho's. Personally, I think this is like maybe his last chance in English football. So you kind of want to not stay there for 2 to 3 years. You'd want to stay there for maybe 4 or 5 years at Spurs and make them actually a really solid team, and maybe win a few more than just a League Cup and the Premier League as well. Maybe 1 or 2.
I mean, go on.
Yeah, I think if you look at it as well, when Poch was brought in, he wasn't brought in to take them straight to winning trophies and stuff, whereas Mourinho was brought in just to win. When Poch was brought in, they knew it was going to be a rebuilding phase because of what he'd done at Southampton and how he could link the academy with the first team, which is what he did well at Spurs. But you look at Mourinho, and they brought him in just to win. And he hasn't been given the right amount of time to win, especially with the decaying Spurs team that he had, that he inherited. And Poch also got the time to, as you said, remove players that he didn't want. Mourinho hasn't had that. He got rid of Walker Peters, Vertonghen, I can't remember who else, but no one like big. And half the players they got at the moment, I don't think Mourinho wants, personally.
Well, this is an example of what Spurs were doing during Poch's era. Yeah, when he first came in, he brought in players like Dele Alli, and Michel Vaughan, and a few other players. 27 million. Out was 37 million. So he sold players like Paulinho, Sandro, Gomez, the keeper Gomez, some centre backs, etc., etc. 37 million out first year. Second year, brought in players like Son, Toby, centre back, Kieran Trippier. 50 million in, 62 million got sold. Players like Adebayor, etc. Lennon. So you can see that every year they were shipping out the dead wood, or the wood that wasn't really working out at Spurs at the time. With Mourinho, I don't feel like that's happened. And he's kind of literally been stuck in the same position as to what was happening with Poch. But the thing that annoys me the most is a lot of men are talking about Poch this, Poch that, and there's no disrespect to Poch because what he done with Spurs was a great job. But at the end of the day, the man won nothing. You can say, this is the thing about Spurs, yeah? Oh, we were in the Champions League final not too long ago, and now we got knocked out by Dynamo. Yeah, it's a mad fall from grace, but your grace was 1 year. Do you know what I'm saying? 1 year. Apart from that, they were in the Champions League a few times, but majority of the times they're in the mix. They either in Europa League, Champions League. They were touching top four more regularly with Poch, but it was still a trophyless season. They got knocked out in the FA Cup, knocked out in the League Cup, knocked out in the Champions League enough times until they reached the final, lost the final, knocked out by what's his name, by Chelsea in that season where I think Conte won it with Diego Costa, and Hazard was at his peak then.
The same for Sarri as well, wasn't it? And the semi-final, final.
As far as I'm aware, and you lot can correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong here. They reached one final in 5 years. I couldn't care less if it's the Champions League or if it's the Carabao Cup. One final in 5 years. Mourinho's had one full season, and he's just got to a cup final. And people say, "Oh, do you think this is good for Mourinho's legacy? Do you think this is good for Mourinho's legacy?" No, because of what he won. He's won Champions League, he's won La Liga, Premier League, etc. Of course, it's not good. But for a team like Tottenham that haven't won a trophy in 13 years, for the man to come in his first full season, by the way, like we are aware he was here last year, he came in halfway through the season, we're aware of that. But for the first full season to be in the Carabao Cup final, for Kane to lift his first ever trophy on the Mourinho, and you lot are telling me that's not an achievement, fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Like, come on, man. I'm not having that. Too much Mourinho slander. Dinosaur this, dinosaur that. What people need to realize with Mourinho is his standard is so high. His standard is so high, yeah, for what he's achieved. This just proves how much of a goat the guy is. His standard is so high that because he's underachieving with Tottenham Hotspur, yeah, a team that hasn't ever won anything as grand in the last 13 years. No piece of silverware, just little medals, second place. Nothing in 13 years. You want a man to turn a team that has a legacy of bottling it to all of a sudden be trophy contenders. Come on now, man. Have some sympathy for my goal. Have some sympathy for him. Bro.
It's like what you were saying before, innit? About has it been fair to Mourinho? No, innit? Because as soon as he came in, the whole fucking world shut down. And he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then transfer windows couldn't do anything. No one wanted to buy anyone. He couldn't have done anything with the players. Look at Danny Rose. He ain't budging. You can't get rid of him. So yeah, it's been shit for him.
I mean, he's tried to push him out as much as he could, isn't it? Yeah, I think he's playing for the under-23s now, which is a decline, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people on Twitter that's obviously both Josie in, Josie out, but a lot of people at the same time are saying, listen, the same players who were bottling it in the big games for Poch are some of the same players that are bottling it for Mourinho. So is it a point now where we can't keep blaming the manager? At some point, the players have to take charge and say, listen, it's us to an extent. What do you lot think?
No, it's definitely deeper than the manager. You can't just, with the players that they've got, it's something to do with their mentality when they get to a certain game in the Champions League or even in the FA Cup and stuff. It's like City when they get to the quarters, they just bottle it every time. But it's definitely deep in the managers. I think it's more to do with the board upstairs rather than the managers, because they're clearly not backing Mourinho at the moment with the players that he wants. And yeah, I know they've just spent 300 mil or whatever it was on the stadium and they don't have as much money to do it. But at some point they have to back him to get rid of the players that he wants to get rid of and bring in the players that he wants to bring in.
It's a weird one because Tottenham definitely do have a squad. Højbjerg, good player. Dembele, Sissoko, not Dembele, sorry, Ndombele, Doherty that was performing well last year. Like the talent's there. We can't laugh and say it's not. But I think one thing that they forget about Poch's team is he had a lot of talent as well, and they didn't achieve nothing. Danny Rose was basically in his prime. Eriksen, Dembele, yeah. They had Vertonghen, at his prime as well.
At his peak, yeah.
Yeah, Walker. Do you know what I'm saying? Before he went City.
Lloris when he was at his peak. Now he's declined a bit.
Declined a little bit. I mean, you can still say, "Oh yeah, World Cup winner" and blah blah blah. But come on now, like, let's be honest.
Too many mistakes. Way too many.
And the thing is, it's an older team. Kane's older. Son's obviously.
But Kane's performing better under Mourinho than he did under Poch, isn't he?
He's performed the best he's ever.
Because he's adapted his way to play.
Yeah.
He's adapted to drop deep and let the fast wingers run in behind.
And the thing is, a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, Kane outstanding this year, Son outstanding this year," but they forget to credit Mourinho because, Kane was achieving numbers and golden boots and whatnot, but his goal contributions this year has leveled up to a different number. And I think even Mourinho was saying like, "Oh, stats. Like, listen, a lot of men can give me stats, but they don't know nothing about ball." But in this case, stats help him out because although they've lost. And, their position in the league is bad and blah, blah, blah. I think they're, 1 point or 3 points away from the title leaders last year. And then on top of that, they're not far off top 4 either. Obviously, they have 1 game or 2 games in hand by the looks of it?
Yeah, they got a game in hand. And if they win it, they only go 3 points behind you. And you're 4th.
Do you see what I mean? So they're not far off the top 4 place.
No.
So this is the case then. What can Mourinho actually do in order to save his season at Tottenham? Because what the rumours are right now is even if he wins Carabao, he doesn't get saved. He gets sacked regardless.
Nah, I think he's got to win the Carabao Cup probably and then finish top 4. I think he will finish top 4 as well. And I will probably bet. I think so.
Who's dropping out then? Because all the teams in the top 4 are winning at the moment. Who's dropping out?
Who's in the top 4 currently? Who's 4th?
Chelsea are 4th.
And then Leicester 3rd.
Then Leicester, then United.
Bear in mind, there's still Everton creeping, and they've got a game in hand.
West Ham creeping, they got a game in hand.
Yes.
West Ham win their game in hand, they're joint with Chelsea.
Yeah. It's not.
I reckon Chelsea will finish 5th and Tottenham will finish 4th.
Tottenham finishing is very tricky at the moment. Like, very tricky.
I think even the 5th place is not bad. I don't think they should sack him if he gets
they need Europe
next season.
If he gets Europe and wins a cup, he'll save his season. If he gets neither, they'll probably get rid of him.
Well,
but as soon as they get rid of him, I think Kane's going to go. I think.
Yeah.
Well, this was tweeted on the 9th by the Premier League. So they confirmed that Harry Kane and Son have broken the record for the most goals contributions in a season, which was 14 at the time where they tweeted it. They had 11 games to go then. So I don't know if this was before or after the Arsenal game. I'm assuming it was before.
It was before because they got 10 left now.
Yeah. So that just goes to show what influence Mourinho has had positively within the Tottenham team. I do believe if Mourinho does go and they bring someone like the guy, what's the guy that's linked now? Nagelsmann?
Oh, yeah. Nagelsmann?
Nagelsmann, yeah.
From Leipzig.
Yeah. So Nagelsmann from Leipzig, obviously he's shot up in the scene, young coach, talented, etc., etc. But if he does come in, it's not going to be a thing where they win the Prem next year. That's definitely a rebuild project. That's going to be a 4 or 5.
It's going to be like Poch all over again, honestly.
Exactly. That's when you're going to lose the players like Kane. That's when you're going to lose players like Son.
Kane and Son want to win now.
Yeah.
They want to win.
So I think...
How old is Kane now? Is he approaching 30?
26, 27, isn't he?
I think he's 28,
I think he's in his 30, you know.
Nah, he can't be in his 30s.
I don't think he's 30 yet.
Harry Kane age, let's find out.
He's not that old.
27, fair enough.
Okay.
He just looks growing, innit? But
It's been about for time.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of men as well talk about Mourinho's man management skills. So some guys on Twitter say, "Oh, you can't," because obviously they're relating it back to the All or Nothing episodes where he basically
with Rose.
Yeah, Rose and Dele Alli calling him a fucking lazy guy. And they're saying this is not the best way to build a relationship and bond and whatnot and blah blah blah. And a lot of people are saying, why do you keep calling these guys, the youth, like you keep treating them like they're babies. The guy's 24. Like, is he not allowed to know that he's fucking lazy? What do you lot think then? Do you think maybe Mourinho's man management skills have obviously is kind of outdated now? Because even Henri was saying it, that the way he used to talk back then when he was a player, or the way he used to receive feedback, was completely different to how he's giving it now as a coach. He needs to obviously know who to talk to and how, and almost baby the players a little bit. What do you lot think?
I think that's different because he had Arsene Wenger majority of his time as a player, so they're going to be very different to Mourinho. And I think I saw this article saying that the players who have been coached by Mourinho and the players who haven't been coached are a lot better psychologically than the other players. So I think his man management does have an effect on players mentally rather than on physical and things like that. So because he's obviously a serial winner, he wants to win, so he impacts them, changes their mind, so they want to win more often, which is so proven to be very successful throughout his career, and probably what he's trying to do at Tottenham.
He's very old school in his approach. Like, you look at him at United, the way he treated Pogba and Shaw. He was literally saying he was making the decisions for Shaw on the pitch and telling him what to do. You could see what impacts that was having on Shaw. You could see that his motivation, his confidence was dropping everything, and he wasn't performing anywhere near as good as he was under Ollie, who he may have better man management. I don't know, because there's not enough about him in the media and stuff about his man management, and his confidence has just skyrocketed. So I think Jose's approach is very old school and it's very regimented, and he will just stick by it. And the problem with that is players are a lot, I don't want to say they're a lot babyish, but they take everything he says, they'll take to heart, compared to old school players who wouldn't care and they just shrug it off.
I think with Mourinho, right, what I noticed is after he came back from Madrid, he changed completely. Because beforehand with Chelsea, when he was at Chelsea and Inter, players would die for him. But now, came back from Madrid, they're down tools. Chelsea did, United players did, Tottenham players look like they are. So I think it's just changed him completely, that Madrid gig.
So do you think
players have a lot more power?
Yeah. Do you think maybe players are a little bit more vulnerable these days to receiving certain types of feedback?
Yeah, criticism.
Specific ways.
Definitely.
Because look, you look at arguably the greatest manager of all time in the Premier League, in Sir Alex Ferguson. He was known for what? The blow dryer, hair dryer.
Definitely. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Players back then were a lot mentally stronger. They were a lot stronger mentally.
He was known for going up to a man's face and shouting at him. So it's like you can't all of a sudden praise Sir Alex Ferguson for being a top man that he was. Yet, if Mourinho were to do that now, you're saying, oh, Mourinho this, that, and the other. Making sense here. The energy has to remain the same throughout. And this is why I kind of get annoyed when I hear people talk about Mourinho in that specific way. But a lot of people as well get annoyed by the fact that maybe Dele Alli doesn't get enough shine under Mourinho. But a lot of people seem to forget that Dele Alli under Poch was declining a little bit. His energy levels was declining. You can see that throughout the pitches. It was being a little bit more negative. Although he still has bags of talent, he's creative, etc. You can still see that he was technically declining on the Poch still. So it's not like Mourinho's come and he's made him 10 times worse. He's still, don't get it twisted, Dele Alli has gone down a level under Mourinho. There's no doubt about it. But I think to say that Dele Alli's decline is all down to Mourinho is a bit harsh in my opinion. If they win the Carabao Cup, then in my opinion, that's Jose's job done.
That's enough, yeah.
A club that hasn't won anything in 30 years. If he wins that Carabao Cup, that's because all Tottenham have to talk about is, we reached the UCL, the Champions League final. Is that really your achievement? Come on now, man. Is that really your history? When man are saying, before Mourinho, we was reaching UCL final. But you didn't win it though. Make it make sense. You didn't win it. You didn't win nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
No. I also think if they win it, it's going to be like a catalyst that they know that they can win trophies now, and then in the future I don't think they'll challenge for the Premier League next season because City are just different gravy. But I think they'll be a lot better position than they are if they don't win it, even if they finish top 4 this year and don't win a trophy.
Well, linking it now to the Champions League, since you're already talking about it, Porto's manager has come out and said about Chelsea. I don't know if you lot have seen it. He said, "We are glad we escaped Bayern and now we're meeting Chelsea." Sorry, let me restart.
You said Bayern, City.
Yeah, Bayern and City. Chelsea are a good side, but they're no different from Juventus. We're still happy with the draw. We're basically going to smash them like we did Juventus. I hope.
Good. Disrespect Chelsea. We love it.
Bro,
we love to hear it.
He's reading that quote and he's thinking, "You fucking prick. I'm going to..." But to be fair, though, I can't lie. Like, listen, when people ask me, who did you want? I did not want Porto, and that's big facts. I'm saying this from now, so that in case we lose, I don't want people saying, "Oh, Kev, you said this, that, and the other." Because no, Porto will not be easy. If we smoke them, we smoke them. But it will not be an easy ride. That's for facts. Facts. What do you lot think then when it comes to the results in terms of the draw? Do you think there was any teams that stand out? Do you think there's anyone that's definitely going through? What do you lot think?
I think it's very open. I don't think.
Yeah. I don't think any of the ties. You've got one team that will definitely win. I think maybe Chelsea have the biggest chance just because of the run of form that Chelsea are on, and no disrespect to Porto, they're not a so-called big team in Europe. They're a Portuguese giant, definitely, but compared to the others, they're not as good. They don't have the same quality as players, but they've still got a chance.
Yeah, I think the teams to go through, in terms of the other games, I feel like PSG will beat Bayern. The revenge thing is, I think it's gonna get to them. Neymar back.
That's if Neymar decides to play.
Well, I know
he might pretend to be injured this time.
PSG aren't doing that well in the league.
Huh?
Neymar might pretend to be injured once again.
PSG aren't doing very well in the league there.
No, they're not.
Well,
no, they're
Pochettino masterclass, isn't it?
Ooh.
You get me? No, jokes aside, they're only 3 points, and they played Lyon today. So if they beat Lyon, they go joint top. But that being said, if Lyon wins, they go joint top as well.
Yeah,
so it's an interesting one. What's going on there in League One? You get me? But yeah, I think
it's Uber Eats, isn't it?
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats Liga.
Yeah, Uber Eats League, man. But yeah, I don't know. Who does City play again? Remind me. Dortmund. Listen, this is where we get into the quadruple chat, yeah? I don't think they're going to do it.
They ain't doing it. Not a chance.
They're not doing the quadruple, no way.
Nah.
But
I think they have the squad for it. They've got the squad depth that they compete in all 4 competitions.
They've had the squad depth every season, mate.
Every season, man.
And they still shit it.
But no, but
it gets to a point where they bottle it, though.
It's the best. That's true. So, I think it's the Champions League they're most worried about.
So Ads is a big, he's a Man United fan, but he truly believes that City will go the distance here and they could potentially win the Champions League. So go on, Ads, take it away. Why do you think this?
So obviously we were in the chat and stuff, and you were saying, "Oh yeah, Dortmund are going for easily." And I'm just thinking about it. The squad that City have, there's no easy game against them. Firstly, yeah, it's the Champions League. Yeah, it's the quarterfinals. They never get past it. Whatnot. Dortmund are 5th in the Bundesliga. Yeah, they're behind Frankfurt and who else is it? Frankfurt and Wolfsburg, I think, for the Champions League spots. They're not even in the Champions League spots for next season. At this rate, they're going to be playing fucking West Ham in the Europa League. Like a club of Dortmund size, a club of Dortmund stature, playing West Ham in the Europa League. Never. They drew 2-2 to Cologne yesterday. Haaland carried them in the 90th minute to get an equaliser.
I think you even said that he walked off angry as well, didn't he?
He stormed off the pitch after. He was fuming. Yeah. City finally have a good back four. If they can keep Haaland quiet, Dortmund have nothing. They've got a player of Guardiola. No, not Guardiola. A player of De Bruyne's ability. Going forward, they can create anything. They've only conceded 1 goal in 8 games in the Champions League. They've scored 17 in that time.
You're saying Dortmund are 5th? I think you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Lyon was 7th last year.
Wow.
True.
And they were shit.
I ain't got anything. I ain't got anything for that.
And then Monaco.
Have some of that, man. Bottle job.
He is really just shut me down there.
Bro, Tottenham as well. Oh,
Tottenham.
Goodness me.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Where was Tottenham when that happened?
No, I think they were in top 4 though when that happened, but I think they declined after that.
Well, by the looks of it, we do have a guest, so he might be jumping on very soon.
But one more thing. Obviously, Dortmund are known for that yellow wall, especially at their home stadium. City going there with no fans is going to help them so much psychologically. Considering it's a team that never get past the quarterfinals, and they'd have to go. It'd be like playing at Anfield in the quarterfinals. They would hate it. But going there, no fans. It's like being at the Etihad. They'd have no fans. It's natural for them. It would just be perfect for them to have 2 games at home.
That's why they do so well this year, isn't it?
Yeah. No mercy from Adam. Love it.
Makes no difference to them, having fans or no fans. But I don't know, man. I think Dortmund will pull through. I think the Haaland show will obviously show, and then Sancho coming back.
Sancho come back.
Yeah, Sancho coming back from injury. Do you reckon he'll be back by then?
Hopefully. I hope so.
I want him on Pep's head. I want him to. Yeah.
I mean, they got a good team. Guerrero is still. I think he's coming back. I don't know if he's playing or if he's.
It's just defensively they struggle a bit.
Yeah, they're very.
And with City going forward, the players that they've got can. A team that struggle defensively, they can make them look like they're amateurs.
They're a better Leeds. I would say that they're a Champions League Leeds. That literally, they
I agree with that.
Going forward at the back, a mess.
Can't defend to save their lives.
Can't do it at all. But it's I don't know, man. I think they'll bottle it. I'll be honest. And if they don't, they'll bottle it in the next round after that. I think.
I'm not saying they'll win the Champions League. I'm just saying they've got a big chance of getting past the quarterfinals for the first time in their small history.
Would you make them favourites?
I still think
if they get to the semis, I think they've got a big chance of being favourites. If they get to the semis, they've got a massive chance of being favourites. I can't remember who they play in the semis though. Does anyone remember?
Bayern, I think.
Bayern.
No, they're not favourites then.
I honestly would say PSG are the favourites. I think they're just coming back for revenge, and obviously, Poch not.
I'd love for Poch to finally win a trophy.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind PSG winning it, but that's just me being humble and saying we wouldn't get that far. Humble, because that's how you get me. We're just enjoying our time. Take it as it comes.
Overachieving, aren't you?
What, in the Champions League?
Yeah, overachieving.
No, I wouldn't say we're overachieving. I wouldn't say that. First time in how many years we're in the quarterfinals now, and then let's be honest, Porto is apparently the easiest draw. I would have rather had Madrid. I honestly think Madrid are the weakest team.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they're the weakest.
I don't think they are. They still can turn it on Champions League nights. They're a bit because they've done it before. They still got their main.
Ben's was turning it up now as well this season.
That did the 3 Champions Leagues. So I still don't think they're easy team. They're a bit like Liverpool.
I would have had a point to prove.
They can turn it on in the Champions League.
I think one of them two will win it, Madrid or Liverpool.
I beg Liverpool don't. Liverpool don't win it.
No,
I think they'll just. You know what they're like in Europe, bro. I think they'll just do it. One of them will do it.
You can't have Liverpool winning the Champions League, then the Premier League, then the Champions League again. Never.
I think even if
although Premier League don't count because it was COVID.
Yeah, COVID season. It don't matter. Lewandowski didn't get his.
Yeah.
So why should Liverpool season? There's just no justice there, innit? But yeah, I would love to see Liverpool win something with their fans present. And when I say I'm talking something in England. Yeah, I want to see a little Prem with their fans present. I think that would be a nice little touch. But will they get the chance again? Maybe next year. I don't know. I think Liverpool.
Hopefully not.
I think Liverpool and City are still miles ahead of everyone else on their days. I think
definitely
miles ahead, man. Like even Chelsea's now with the squad that they have. I don't think we're there yet. Give it a year, 2 years, and then that's when we'll start competing again. But
if you haven't sacked him by then.
Well, it depends, innit?
Yeah, he ain't got a long contract though, has he?
No, Tuchel's got till the end of the season, isn't it?
Wait, end of the season?
No, I think it's end of next season, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
And Keith.
Got a special guest.
Hello, mate.
How are we?
Here he is.
Got a
special guest.
A fellow Chelsea man. Literally talking about Champions League now, bro. So you just hopped in at a nice time.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
Fun. What do you have to say about the draw then? You pleased with it or what?
As a Chelsea fan, I think you can't, like, that's literally the best possible team we could have got, really. I'm still not getting too excited, just in case if Porto literally put out another absolute result like against Juventus. But to be honest, we can't complain as Chelsea fan cats, can we? So that's the most important thing.
The thing, bro, I was saying that I would have rather had Madrid.
Really?
Yeah, I think Madrid are shit this year, I'll be honest.
Do you know what? Just like the Spanish teams, obviously they ain't as good as they normally are. So it was one of them things where, like, I went into it, I was like, I don't want City and I don't want Bayern, and that's it. And any other team I would have been all right with, but I think Porto, they're the best team to get.
If it's not Chelsea, who do you think is going to go all the way?
Do you know what? I would want City. I don't know why. I know it's a fellow English team, but you want to see English teams winning the Champions League just because it puts a really good positive light on the Premier League. And obviously, we all know this. The Prem's the best league in the world, like, without a doubt. And it shows in the Champions League. You've got 3 English teams, when you've got 2 German teams, Spanish team, and a Portuguese team.
What happened to the other English team?
Huh?
What happened to the other English team that was in the Champions League?
Oh, Manchester.
They went into the better competition to win it.
Who?
Who's that?
Piss easy, man. If you don't win the Europa League, it's a mess of a club. If you don't win it, a mess.
Yeah. Oh, we've got to win that. We have to win that.
Yeah, we have to. There's
strongest team.
No doubt in it.
Strongest team. Your squad depth's amazing. You've got Martial, madness. A crazy number 9. Yeah. Then you got Cavani, Ronaldo in his prime with that 7 on the back. Oh, Keithy. Has he gone off?
Oh, no. He's got no internet.
Good special guest, wasn't it?
Lasted a few minutes. Let's see if he comes back in.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
There he is.
Oh. Student accommodation internet, that's the problem. It's a bit laggy.
What was you saying?
Huh?
What was you saying?
Right. What? Oh, what's it saying?
Don't know. Cut off, mate.
Oh, no, he's gone again.
He's going in.
Cut off again.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, Man United have to win it, basically, don't they? They just have to. It's as simple as that. When Chelsea got knocked out of the Champions League, we won for Europa League that season, so no pressure.
Didn't lose a game either.
Exactly. So
just shows the levels, isn't it, bro? That's the difference. That's all it is.
Exactly, mate.
Two seasons in the Europa League, light work, man. Quick wins, back in the champs. So what are you saying? Are you staying for the rest of the pod?
Oh yeah, go
on. Okay, cool. Might as well carry on.
Depends if his internet keeps up.
Bro, his internet fudge, man.
Sorry, boys. As I said, it's student accommodation for you. But no, I'm fine with staying if that's all okay with you boys.
Yeah, it's calm with us.
Yeah, we're happy with that, Keepy.
Love it.
So obviously moving on then, because we already spoke quite a bit about Champions League. Onto the final bit, which is about Gareth Southgate. Since obviously it's international break now, he's included Lingard, James Ward-Prowse, Jude Bellingham, Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice, Saka, Ollie Watkins, etc. The list goes on. There's a few surprises in there. Eric Dyer, for example. Do you lot think that he picked the right team, or what's your opinions on it? Do you think someone else should have came in? What do you lot think?
Yeah, Konza instead of Eric Dyer, personally for me. Hey, you can't blame. Con's had a great season so far.
Oh, he has.
I think.
I knew you were going to say that.
I think he's outperformed Mings.
He has had a great season.
I think he's outperformed Mings. And if Dyer's in there, I don't see why Konza shouldn't have got picked over him.
Is Ben Godfrey in there?
Or
Ben
even
Godfrey
Michael
should be in
Keane.
there if he's not.
Even Michael
He's
Keane
not
had
in
a
there.
good season.
I think Southgate loves Eric Dyer because he can play in midfield and he can play it free at the back. And he's that centre back that can just drive forward with the ball that he loves to play, especially in tournaments. So I feel like that's the only reason why he keeps him in.
Yeah, but he hasn't before. Like,
can he play midfield as well though?
So probably not.
There you go.
Well, this is where
listen to the whole statement, Nath.
This is where the question lies. Do you think someone should get picked on how good they actually are, or do you believe that they should get picked on how good they are playing?
Well, this is the thing I have with Southgate, because when he first came in, he said he's going to pick players based on form instead of the name. But now recently, like just before the start of the season, he didn't pick Grealish, but he picked Calvin Phillips. So he's, I don't understand that. Like, he's picked players.
Well, Calvin Phillips was playing well though.
Yeah, I know he played well in the Championship though, where Grealish had a season in the Prem and he's done very well, and he still didn't pick him. That was my problem.
Yeah, but it's like with Trent. Like, he's probably our best right back, but he's been out of form. Obviously, the past couple of weeks he's been picking up some form, but Southgate's obviously not picked him, and he said in his press conference that Trent's been out of form, and obviously he's slowly getting back up to how he was. But so he kind of lived up to what he said there in terms of form, and obviously picked Walker. He's been playing really good for City at the moment. Reece James, he's had a quality season.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chelsea fan and all that. But anyway, like Reece James has been one of them players who's been a standout. So.
You reckon?
Speaking on right backs.
Go on.
I was just going to say, was Aaron Wan-Bissaka unlucky to miss out?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I think he has.
Look at the names, yeah. Kieran Trippier, Kyle Walker, and Reece James. So that's
all attacking.
Yeah, that screams free at the back to me. Like, Kyle Walker can easily play as the right centre back. Yeah. Most likely, maybe even Kieran Trippier as the right wing back, because he's been doing it so often for Madrid. And then you've got Reece James that's doing it frequently now. So is he unlucky to miss out? I don't think so,
But why doesn't he just try Wan-Bissaka at right centre back?
Yeah, because he's played there for United once before, and he kept
he's not
Neymar and Mbappe silent.
Yeah.
Don't know about that. I swear Neymar scored.
Other leg, mate.
In Paris.
Here we go. Same United, innit? Always talk about past.
There we go.
They always do.
But I think overall, though, like, for example, a lot of people were confused about Lingard, but I'll be honest, he's like, the month that he had,
he's been the best English cam in the league.
Yeah. So did he really deserve it or not? What do you lot think?
He deserves it.
I think he deserves it.
Yeah, on form. Yeah, definitely. And it's only a World Cup qualifier, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's like we should be sweeping past these teams anyway. So I think like this is a perfect time for him to get back in there and then possibly push for obviously the Euro squad.
Well, this is another thing as well. Like, even though it is a qualifier, because the Euros is underway, would you not, as a manager, want to kind of cement your squad now so that you have more time
play together
and implementing the ideas and whatnot?
No, that is a very good point. But it's just one of them where, like, I don't know, like, obviously you want your team to gel before one of the biggest competitions in the world or in Europe. But with the constant football and stuff like that, they don't really have a break. So it's not like they're going to be sitting there kind of relaxing and then go straight back into it. They're going to be constantly playing football, and then they just ease into the England squad as a squad. So yeah, like that could be a possibility. Obviously, with you would want your 23-man squad to train and play together before the Euros, but with injuries and stuff like that, it's just one of them things, isn't it? So
I mean, we never know. This might actually be the one he's planning to take.
Never know.
You never
I'll
know.
be
With
very
also
surprised.
got,
Very surprised if that was the squad we took to the Euros.
yeah. You've also got 3 or 4 warm-up games before the Euros as well for the squad to gel. So maybe he's just doing this to experiment for his squad that he can take to the Euros. Like, if Lingard keeps it up, does he get into the England squad for the Euros?
Yeah, I think he will.
That's a question that Southgate will have to answer.
Especially because he played well in the last World Cup for him as well. So
yeah,
I think he
scored a couple screamers. Told you he's the
and especially because he's like picking Grealish as well. So
yeah, well,
Lingard
Grealish will sit at home and watch it on
TV.
Grealish is out. You would assume that both of them get in over Lingard, but it just depends on how Lingard keeps going. I don't know, man. I wouldn't like to be in Gareth's what's his name?
No.
Shoes at the moment.
Nah, definitely not.
But yeah, does anyone else have anything like strong?
I was going to say about Bamford.
Yeah, go on.
Bamford missed out, didn't he?
Yeah.
I know that Nath had a couple arguments with a couple of Leeds fans saying how Watkins deserved to get in. So, Nath, why do you think Watkins deserved over Bamford?
Personally, I wouldn't mind if Southgate did pick Bamford over Watkins, but I think he picked Watkins over Bamford because there are some Premier League stats. So, in honour of Statman Dave missing out today, I found my stats. So Bamford's missed the most big chances, with 17 big chances missed. Watkins has only missed 11 big chances. And also, I think Watkins brings a more creative element to his game than Bamford, as Watkins has created 6 big chances compared to Bamford's 4. And also, I think Watkins offers a more defensive kind of play to his game, as he's made 77 tackles, he's won 47 set play headers and then 59 open play headers, and he's made 74 dribbles, where Bamford's only made 50 tackles, 33 set play headers, 27 open play headers and 49 dribbles. So I think he just offers a bit more than Bamford's ability to score.
Bamford.
He offers more to the team.
Yeah. Nave's done his research. Jesus Christ, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
I told you, in honour of Statman Dave. JB.
Bamford.
No, Jamie.
Bamford, more goals and assists than Vardy, Rashford, Grealish, Calvert-Lewin, Watkins.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about how many chances he creates. Watkins creates more chances. Maybe the players don't score the goals because that's how you get an assist. But Watkins, on average, will create more chances.
Have been directly in 20 Premier League goals this season. Bamford's one of those 5 players. Mohamed Salah's one of those 5 players.
That's why I said I wouldn't mind if Bamford got picked over Watkins. But I'm saying Southgate probably picked Watkins because he offers more than just scoring goals.
Fair enough.
He's got a bit more all-round game. I know they're very similar. They both press, always keep on pressing the opposition. But I think Watkins just offers that more creative element and to the whole team than what Bamford does.